What is a millionaire mindset? What is it like to think your way into success when it comes to abundance and money, time, freedom? And by the way, is there ways to do it? Even if you're first generation of success, the answer is always yes. But today, we're going to talk about the 7 places millionaires keep their money to not only perpetuate it, also at the same time, because of leverage, liquidity, and control, use that for other investment opportunities. And then how do they store it to create generational wealth? Whether it was 2008, the Great Recession, we know there was a bunch of banks shut down, right? They printed money after that. Or 2023, there was a bank out west, right? Because of a balance sheet challenge, they shut down. A couple other banks shut down after that. What's important to know why we say keep money outside of a bank after $250,000, which, by the way, the FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, covers $250,000 per depositor, per insured bank, per ownership category. And this applies to both initial principal and any interest. Now, according to the FDIC as well, and this is through Investopedia, the average money market account earns 0.23 annual percentage yield, APY. That is not good. The bank is not going to grow your money. Yes, is it a storage facility? Yes, should you play the $250,000 game with the FDIC coverage? Of course. But remember, we want to use it as a place, short-term storage, till we decide how we're going to deploy it in other ways. But always make sure that you're covered on the FDIC coverage, because if you're not, and there is a bank that does shut down, you could get hurt in that scenario. With that being said, it still comes down to understanding all the rules, making sure your right hand is speaking to your left hand, everybody's on the same page. And for you that is just learning this, just remember, every dollar counts. Treat it like a Roman foot soldier and let your money work for you, not you work for your money. Where do the wealthy keep their money, folks? And listen, at the top, I talked about the 7 places, and we're going to get into that right now, starting with a federal bond. What is a federal bond? The U.S. Treasury and Federal Reserve can take your funds and issue very safe securities in return. A U.S. government bond still qualifies in most textbooks as a risk-free security. So what does that mean? Listen, you got $100 million, put some of that money into this risk-free return. It may not keep up with inflation, but it won't be far behind. As a matter of fact, in October 2023, right here and right now, the yield from a 10-year Treasury note hit 5%, which was a 16-year high. Let me say that one more time. In October 2023, the yield from a 10-year Treasury note hit 5%, which is a 16-year high. Notice, inflation is about 7, but if you got $100 million, you put a couple million in here, you're safe, and that's why they say it's risk-free. Number 2, real estate, folks. Real estate could be a dandy. Check it out. It can create massive wealth. A lot of people have become millionaires, even billionaires, through real estate. But if you're looking for that short-term success, this may not be for you. It could become very risky. Residential and diversified real estate investments have averaged over the last 20 years about 10%, which is a little bit better than the S&P. I'd argue that a little bit, but it's according to Investopedia, because we want to factor in taxes and lost opportunity costs. Another conversation for another day. But here are some of the strategies. I'll give you 6 and I'll explain 3. You have a fix and flip, right? So what does that mean? I buy a house, I fix it up, I flip it, meaning I sell it. If it's done within 12 months, my profit would be taxed at short-term capital gains, not long-term capital gains. Then I have a lease option. What is that? In writing, after 12, 24, or 36 months, I am obligated to buy that property. Then you have wholesaling. Rent to own is lease options cousin, except there's no obligation. It's something that you could do. We have bird dogging, and last but not least, we have partnering. You get the right investment group, folks. Let me tell you something. You partner up and put all your money together, put it in that LLC, and you have a 5, 10, 15-year commitment with teams and members that are connected with buy-sell agreements and the operating agreements in good order. You could create a $100 million company. Anyway, combining this, and there's a teaser at the end, with another product strategy can also show you how to get 6, 7 different rates of return. You got to stay tuned for the end. Number 3, precious metals. Now, here's where, like Ray Dalio talks about having 18 different asset classes, because at any given point, any given time, an asset class could lose 50 to 75% of its value in 1 year. So let's talk about precious metals. When financial markets are unstable, gold, silver, other metals such as platinum or copper continue to retain that value, if not appreciate. precious metals have historically provided a low or negative correlation to other assets. When we look at stocks and bonds and you have these uncorrelated assets, these precious metals, that's a good thing when the markets are going down. It creates stability. It's a flight to quality. And folks, listen, stay with this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You always want to get that bell when that next video comes. We're providing education daily. And here at Epic, one of the members would love to sit down. There's no obligation. Don't forget, if you want to have a free consultation, they're here to listen to whatever you have to say. Okay, let's get to number 4, luxury assets, folks. This category of tangible assets, it encompasses fine art, cars. Think about this. If you have a car that's over 6,000 pounds, you get a tax write-off. Watches. We always hear about the guy in Germany that bought a watch for $345, later sold it for $750,000. Diamonds, other jewels, just about anything that qualifies as a collectible. These assets are generally thought to have periods of rapid appreciation due to either strong financial market performance or periods of popularity, which increases underlying demand and resulting prices. Remember, diversify within and amongst asset classes. The question becomes, how much of your percentage of money do you put into this? Number 5, a business or farm. I own multiple businesses. I don't own a farm, but let's get into it. Buying a business can ensure a return on your investment, ROI, provided, of course, that the enterprise generates a profit. Now, you overfund your cash value life insurance, take that money and buy a business, measure the dollar, you'll be amazed at what happens next. Anyway, alternatively, with a so-called investment farm, you hire a staff to handle the actual agricultural operations. The intention of investing in a farm may be to generate a profit or to increase a tax deduction for the owner. This is where we're talking about tax strategies, folks, and understanding not just the tax write-off, but tax strategies. And oh, by the way, they happen to own land as well. Number 6, cryptocurrency. Kryptonite alert, kryptonite alert, kryptonite alert. These are folks that used to do 10,000 push-ups in one day. These are the folks that used to be all over, whether it was TikTok or Instagram, telling you to sell the kitchen sink and go buy cryptocurrency. Where are they now? They're selling other programs. Anyway, what is cryptocurrency? There are a number of cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is just the best known. These cryptos offer individual investors a unique opportunity to get into an emerging technology. Now, let me say this. Bitcoin should be in the overall financial mosaic, but you shouldn't cash in everything to go buy it. That's just my opinion. What do I know? This is a high-risk, high-reward opportunity, folks. However, most analysts believe these alternative currencies are here to stay. Here, if you're going to do it systematically, dollar cost average, do it on a monthly basis, do it on a quarterly basis, and you have a 5-10-year game plan, I'm all in. But if you think you're going to go buy some crypto next week and it's going to buy you an island in 2 years, you're just complete, you've lost your mind. Sam Bankman-Fried, the brother's going to jail. You heard it here. He's going to jail. Sam's going to jail. Continue to follow. Number 7, a whole life insurance policy. A whole life insurance policy is one of the best kept secrets of saving money. Although it's complicated if it's not done the right way, however, if you have the right team, go ahead, reach out to us. Your money can multiply through leverage, liquidity, and control. It could work as a personal financial line of credit as well as a financial Swiss Army knife. And what do I mean by that? Listen, if you're overfunding a life insurance policy and you're getting a guaranteed rate of return plus a dividend and you leverage that money and this money is uninterrupted inside the policy because of leverage, liquidity, and control, and let's say you buy a piece of rental real estate and that renter pays back your policy, you just became a person that gets multiple uses of each and every dollar by becoming your own bank. Anyway, like I said earlier, continue to follow, hit that like and subscribe button. If you want to sit down with one of the members here at Epic, they will take you through a free cash flow analysis. They will also show you how to open up your personal life insurance banking strategy so you can begin to overfund your policy. It's a much deeper conversation, and there's no obligation. If you want to just use us for information, that's fine as well. We're looking forward to hearing from you, and thank you for checking out the channel.